गुरुदेवो
गुरुदेव
ईश्वरः
महेश्वर
गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखंडमंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सद्गुरुदेवाय नमः। नमस्ते शारदा देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनी विद्यारंभं विद्यादानं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
So, Prabhuji, what do we want to accomplish today?
Database design.
Yeah. Yeah.
Database design is what we want to accomplish.
Yeah. So,
there are two things which are required.
Is Prabhuji, sorry Prabhuji, is Prabhuji's voice audible to everyone? Or Prabhuji's?
Very less, Vijayji. We can hear Prabhuji's voice very less.
No. Then you turn on your audio whenever
It's very echo in the room.
and then switch off here. Use this, no?
No.
But we have to. If Prabhuji sits here, turning this way.
I'll sit there.
Yes. Just 1 minute.
Is Dhaval coming here or Dhaval?
Actually, but you can't see the board.
Huh?
It's
No,
okay. No. Guruji.
This much is sufficient.
This way, Prabhuji. So you have to turn your head. Okay, this way so can be comfortable.
Hari Om, Guruji. Hari Om.
Prabhuji, 1 minute.
Can you? Is it audible?
Rita, is it audible? Prabhuji, 1 minute.
Huh?
Not much. It is feeble.
Guruji's voice.
Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I can remove the cover.
Wait, what do you want to?
I want to bring it from here. Oh, yeah, it's entangled. Okay. So, Prabhuji was saying, today our focus is database design of the teachmate, studentmate.
Yeah.
Whatever he has said, Darshan has given, are you able to understand the
Yes.
context clearly?
Yes.
He also that what is it?
Octalysis.
Octalysis.
Yeah.
That also was clear.
Yeah.
So basically, how to make people happy and get addicted to
Education. Yeah, correct, Prabhuji. Yeah.
So then we explained the concept of this pilot and all.
Are you recording? Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah.
We explained the concept of pilot and all.
Yeah.
So that he said that is not required. We can straight away go to points and this thing rather than building story around that is not.
Which one, Prabhuji?
You showed the pilot and going to Mars.
So
So that part is one level above this.
Yeah.
So that is it. Let us focus on the core, which is actually presentation.
Yeah.
Rather than getting to one more level of
Abstraction. Sure, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what this thing. Right now we'll have to go to database design.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So actually the teacher learning part.
Yeah.
I have to modify based on what he has said.
Correct, Prabhuji.
Okay. I have not done that.
Yeah. Now, what we can do, Prabhuji, is we can once again now, in the light of what he gave, EIIE, we can, he has also given examples.
Yeah.
So we can structure the,
But then we'll lose time in the database design, no? or that's important for database design?
That way, all of us can understand also, Prabhuji.
Okay, fine.
Those who may not have gone through it.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, Shravanji, were you able to go through the either the recording or the document that Prabhuji shared? Was that clear to you, Shravanji? You have to unmute and speak, Shravanji.
Sorry, I think, yeah. I have seen, I have understood those mostly the chats that have been sent there.
Yeah.
But I think we have not yet, I have not understood the real data flow other than the fact that teachers and teacher types and the three types that we have decided. One will be the presentation, the other one is the curation, and the other one is the database. But I am not, I was trying to, from what I heard that day and what I've seen, I was trying to see what will be the technology aspect of it. So I will, I mean, basically, if it is Google Classroom based, so I didn't connect that very well. So let's, as we speak, let me understand that more clearly from real data flow point of view.
Okay, Shravanji. But in a very simple way, Shravanji, think in this way. The teacher meet is enabling the teachers to create the content, and the
Yes.
content is the data. And the
Yes,
data
I
is going-
understood. Yeah,
And that data is going to be stored in Google LMS, and some of it may also be stored in our own proprietary database. So that is the storage. And
Okay.
the flow will be from the teacher made application to the database. That is the first stage.
Correct.
Then the second stage is when the student is going to be consuming the lessons, or when the student is going to go through the learning session. Through the LearnMate application, the student will be consuming this data, and the data will be flowing from the LMS and our database to the student application. And from the student application, some of the data will also flow back to LMS and also the database, right? So
Correct.
it's as simple as that. Yeah. So
That I understood. That's at a block diagram level. That I have understood that day.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then in terms of the specifics, what is the data and the relationship among different data entities? That is the diagram that Prabhuji's deck illustrates from a teachmate, from a learnmate viewpoint. So today, what we will do is first let us begin again from a teachmate viewpoint. Now that Darshanji has given an input in how to structure the content. The other day, our structuring the content was more of a learn, master, and contribute. But now there is a EIIE framework. Nothing is going to change dramatically. It is just that each learning content will have these four aspects. Other than that, the fundamentals are going to still remain the same. Okay. So anyway, we can begin from there. So what we can do is, so Prabhuji, do we want to share the document that you had worked on? That way we can look at that. Or do you want us to collaborate on the whiteboard?
I can share the document. What document? The this case, right?
No, the document that you had edited last time.
Okay.
And through that, we can collaboratively edit that itself. No? You can edit and we can reflect on that. And if needs
Yesterday when I think Guruji, when yesterday, day before yesterday, when Darshan was telling about NEP, that whole thing, you made a document out of that.
That is one thing. That is the overall curriculum. But what I am hinting at is the document that Prabhuji created, the data story document, Saturday and Sunday when we worked, right? So that document is the data model, high level data model. Yes, Prabhuji. Dhaval is also here. Hariam Dhavalji.
So the diagram that I see on the whiteboard, that's what we are going to discuss today.
The diagram that you're seeing on the whiteboard, Shravanji, is the student side of the story. This is the last diagram that we created. The teacher side of the story is what we started with. That diagram we have erased on the whiteboard. But the diagram is there in Prabhuji's PPT.
Shall I project on the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
That way all of us can see.
I sent you the Zoom link.
You send me Zoom link, no?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So shall I?
Maybe when we make it mute and also your volume is 0. Mute
Shall
volume
I
0.
show his PPT, Word document?
No, your PPT.
My PPT.
Anyway, the Word document, or if you can open on your own computer a Word document given by Darshanji. That way, in case if.
This is the PPT.
So now we will be editing this PPT, Prabhuji. We'll start with this is the student mate, teach mate, no, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we have identified. This is what he has given a slight different.
Correct, Prabhuji. That's all the differences.
Yeah.
Rest of the things,
Rest of the things.
Yeah.
So this shall I modify it now, or will what is that we'll focus today?
So Prabhuji,
Can you straight away go to the
No,
database?
if you modify it now, Guruji, even people who didn't attend last week, like Ashwini and Shravanji will also get because they didn't see teachmate.
Okay. So shall I go to this one, this modification?
so Prabhuji, the way I see it, if you go to the next slide, Prabhuji.
Actually,
So
these
where-
are much clear. The one that I have got is a black and white thing. So
Black
a
and
lot of details were missing.
No. You should have opened the Shravanji, the last PDF that Prabhuji sent. So what Prabhuji shared as a PPT had this problem. Some of the blocks were missing. But later they
I sent a
PDF.
Oh, okay. Can you share this to me, maybe in a WhatsApp or whatever?
What do you want to share? PDF.
This PPT, yeah, this
I share-
PDF.
I share.
I never sent PPTs. They don't open properly. Everybody.
Yeah, later, not a problem.
Later.
No, just now I can share with you. Everybody else has the PPT?
No, and once when you project on the screen as you edit, Prabhuji,
No.
they'll see that.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead.
No, Guruji, anyways, you are projecting now. Why to attention?
Yeah.
No, I just since they asked me, I'm just going there only. Shravan, I have sent it to you. You share with other people.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you able to see what I'm saying? Sharing?
No, Prabhuji, you're not sharing yet.
Not yet shared.
Okay. I'll quickly take you to the teacher mail.
Yeah.
I think it's actually whatever he is discussing is same as what we are doing. Just little bit nomenclature issues.
Correct.
You have sent the PPT, right?
Yeah.
It is 71 MB.
It's not going.
It's taking time.
No, that's
It's not a
okay.
PDF.
No, I sent a PPT.
Actually, ma'am, let them receive it.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't wait.
So are you able to see what I'm saying, sharing? Wizkids Gurukula data story? Shravan?
Yeah, I can see this.
Okay. I'll quickly go through what I have done. So Wizkids Gurukula has 4 levels. Can you see this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah, Vijayji, this is an advantage to us.
Yeah.
Because entire education system splits 2 or 3 years.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So that will that means we have more Gurukulas.
Yeah.
And each Gurukula will be responsible for one teacher. So that their career opportunity also increases.
Okay.
And our load of somebody living in between or a single teacher continuing for many classes will be the
Yes.
same teachers and 4-5 classes children will get fed up. 1 or 2 years is okay.
So what you are saying is, say for example, standard 1 to 2 will be one separate Gurukula. 3, 4, 5 will be a separate Gurukula. Is that how you are
Correct. This is based on the NDP, National Education Policy.
But okay, so for example, in the Vivekananda Gurukula that we are going to open,
Yeah.
so from 1 to 12 will not be there, is it?
No. 1 to 12 will not be there anywhere, even otherwise also, earlier also. See, we are taking a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
So let us say we take this concept of is not schooling like one classroom to other classroom.
Yeah.
This concept is more like a bus.
One Gurukul to another Gurukul.
One Gurukul to other Gurukul. So somebody gets into a bus. Let's say 30 children get into bus. So the teacher or the bus driver.
Yeah.
The teacher will take them 5th standard to 8th standard. Then they get off.
But Prabhuji, say for example in Rajesh Nagar we have no Vivekananda.
Right.
So let's say they are doing 1 to 2. And let's say 3, 4, 5, there is no Gurukula in Rajesh.
That another Gurukul.
So we'll have to ensure that it is nearby.
They will come.
Okay.
They will come. See, there's a career opportunity for the center head. Center head is Sharda. For she has already started first and second. Okay. She has time for one more year. So that time she will bring another person.
But 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. So I will bring the opportunity for another person. And the children also, children will go from one Gurukula
To another Gurukula.
and then for them there's novelty. Children's 1-2 session will be having some color card.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 section will have a different environment and different teacher. So they give a novelty. Like that. Fair. And we also had other problem. Let's say 5, 6, 7 multiple schools, one the same guy. Teacher will get fed up with the teacher. Students will get fed up with the teacher.
Now this is maximum 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, Prabhuji, makes sense. But when they go to the higher secondary, Prabhuji, 9, 10, 11, 12, therefore it is 4 years.
No. It's actually 9, 10, 11, 12 is not there. So, higher secondary, I said Gurukul Middle School, no?
14 to 18, Prabhuji.
14 to 18.
Secondary.
No.
What you call as
40, actually child will complete, age of 14, smart kid will complete already.
That's okay, Prabhuji. I'm not worried about the age. All I'm saying is, the last stage, it is 4 years.
But children will complete much earlier than that.
And that is okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The 4 is the maximum.
Yeah.
But many children will just pass out.
So which means that in RR Nagar, we need basically 4 Gurukuls.
4 Gurukuls.
If somebody wants to travel completely.
Now 2 Gurukuls have come. 3 Gurukuls have come up. Okay. 3 Gurukuls already come up. 2 in the primary, 2 in the secondary, 1 in primary.
Yeah.
Or we'll see 2 in primary and 1 in secondary, depending on the number of population.
So we need a foundation Gurukul, we need a preparatory Gurukul, we need a middle Gurukul and a secondary Gurukul.
Correct. So this is not like a big big building. Multiple small schools with each teacher.
Yeah.
So it gives more cozy feeling.
Yeah.
Does it make sense now?
Yes.
So shall I go next place, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So now I have slightly rewritten. JEDU has different partners.
Yeah.
NIOS, other partners, vendors, and Purna.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed latest information.
You can continue to share and edit, no?
I mean, I did a mistake.
What is Ace Hackers, Guruji?
Ace Hackers is a expert in later either AI. So all our AI teaching. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Guruji.
All our AI, right? We need an expert education institute for AI.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, all AI coaching will from ACE hackers. AI. Education
Okay.
coaching will from Pune Chetana. Spirituality comes from Legacy Foundation, like that. Can you see?
Yes, Guruji.
Not sleeping.
Are we clear?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So now this is the organization of this thing, JUD. I am not changing.
Prabhuji.
And this is Wizkids schooling types. Okay, Wizkids Gurukula has 4 schooling types: senior foundation, preparatory, middle school, and secondary school. Ashwini, do you understand the difference? Ashwini?
Ashwini ji, are you able to hear Prabhuji?
Ashwini,
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
So
Yes.
this 4 types
Yes,
you
Guruji.
understood, right?
Yeah.
With your children, if you admit,
Yes, Guruji.
they go to 2 years in one school and then they shift to another school. Clear?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
So now this is organization of the school, faculty. There's a center head, in which case you can remember it's like Sharda.
Yes.
So she has a mentor, G1.
Yeah.
Okay, senior mentor G2.
Yeah.
The senior mentor is for the next school.
Yeah.
So she has the opportunity to grow herself.
Yeah.
By opening more schools.
Yeah.
And this mentor has the opportunity to grow to herself by going to higher level mentorship.
And we don't have to discuss now, Prabhuji, but one question is, say for example, if somebody comes and says, I'm interested only in G1, will we give franchisee?
Yeah. We'll give you that only.
Okay.
We'll give you that only.
Okay.
Well, we're okay. It's a modular, no?
Okay. But children who enroll like that, for example, in that area, if there is no more Wizkids Gurukul,
Somebody else will come up.
okay.
If the opportunity is there, somebody else will come up, no?
Okay, Prabhuji.
It's a business, no?
Yeah. Okay.
So are we clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And below the mentor,
Yeah.
we have intern.
Yeah.
Each mentor, you see, the training program also integrated the work.
Yes.
Mentor will be working with the intern for 1 year.
Yeah.
Will go through a lot of training, including spirituality.
Yeah.
Then the students.
Yeah.
So this is what we call as suspects, prospects, leads, and customer. And then they become parent and student in the Wizkids Gurukula. This is sales process, customers.
Yes.
And what they go is alumni.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Are we clear?
Yes.
So now business formation, there's a regional business head who is doing franchise development. So he will work with many center heads. Right now, center head is Sharda. Sharda is working with the Wizkids Gurukula directly, JAD. Tomorrow there may be somebody, regional head will come. He's more of a business guy. So he'll develop more of Gurukulas. Okay. VP sales and marketing is internally developed.
When you use the word Gurukul 1, Gurukul 2, Gurukul 3 here, is it
Each center head Gurukul 1, Gurukul. Each Gurukul is G1, G2, G3, G4.
G4?
It can be G1 also.
Okay.
It will be like you have time to breathe and develop.
Got it. Got it. And there can be multiple regional business heads.
Oh, all over. One region is equal to can be America.
Yeah.
One region can be Europe also.
Yeah.
One region can be Bangalore, North and Bangalore, South also.
Depends.
They are not depend. They are not hierarchy.
Correct.
So they are each is a region head.
Yeah.
Like I'll say Bangalore South head.
Yeah.
Or North India head.
Yeah.
Or America head.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Now teacher made ER diagram.
Yeah.
So teachers have two types, creator and approval.
Yeah.
That's something. Okay. Then this also is correct. They say this comes to 4 levels: primary, secondary. This comes to level 1, L1,
G1, G2, G3,
G3, G4, and each of them,
Yeah.
4 levels.
Oh.
Each one section,
Uh.
one age group has 2 levels. That means 2 years, 4 levels like that.
No, but here, Prabhuji, so now as we go further, so the first two are 2 years. Next we have 3 years, 3 and 4 years also.
Yeah.
So will it still be 4 levels?
We have made into 4 levels. It can actually make it more. I don't know.
4 are 16. So it becomes basically 16 divisions.
16 level divisions.
16 levels
Yeah.
of growth. Okay.
No, sorry. These levels are what? What do we name them?
We are not named the levels down, Kumar. Okay. So somebody is in the primary school, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Primary school. Let's say primary school, he has to study science and social studies and maths. So
Okay.
that is divided into two levels, level 1 and level 2, depending on the equivalent of, you can say, half year and 1 year.
Yeah.
Oh, so these are not directly mapped to classes of
No. See, there's no class, year-wise class concept in NEP, in NIOS. There are only subjects. There are 5 subjects. 5 subjects will have 2 levels each.
Okay.
Each subject will have 2 levels.
Okay.
There is a curriculum defined for grade 1,
Okay, but
grade 2,
in
which
the
we are breaking into
NIOS one
levels.
that I have seen, though there are still classes only.
Don't understand what is classes.
The level A, level B, level C, NIOS, OBE, or Open Basic Education levels have 3 levels, which are corresponding to this primary, secondary, and this one.
Actually, NIOS has 3 levels, but NEP has 4 levels. NEP, National Education Policy.
Yeah. So, but in NEP yesterday, what he was talking, he still talked about classes only, no?
See, he will talk from classes point of view, right? For us, the class is a group of 30 people. They will go through 2 levels of training.
Okay. So what you are saying is basically we divide the entire course for primary into 4 levels of let's say G1. Our notation G1, G2, G3, G4 is very good.
Yeah.
Our G1 notation will have G1 will have 4 stages. It is not time based. It is capability based. Somebody can finish.
Correct. There's more to estimate the capability.
Probably we will simply call them as G1, G2, G4.
And I'm saying here, I'll just say G1, instead of doing multiple levels, I'll just say G1, G2 slash G3, G4.
Yeah.
Here, in this thing, G1 slash
G1 to G4.
G1 slash G2 slash G3 slash G4.
Correct, Prabhuji.
Right?
So now whatever is there in G1, we'll have to divide it into 2 or 3 or 4 levels depending upon the amount.
In G1, there are 4 levels, G2 4 levels, G3 4 levels, and G4 4 levels.
Why do we keep this uniform? We'll have to see
it's
the
our division for making a syllabus into 2 levels.
Okay.
And depending you want to go by time. Say for example, in G1, it is essentially there are 2 years. And every half year, one level will be there.
I mean, it's not half yearly based, it's subject wise.
It's somebody's capability wise. I understand that.
Yeah.
But if at all we want to go by equal amount of time, it will be about 6 months.
Yeah.
Each level will be 6 months. But as you come to the higher level, it's a 4 year, which means it becomes 1 year, which is okay.
1 year.
Perfectly
Exactly.
okay. So basically, we'll retain a 4 by 4, 16 levels.
So the levels need not be fixed time also.
None of them are fixed time. It is basically you are moving from one level to another. You can move up to 16 levels. Okay.
Excellent. And these are not subject level levels. This is the entire course levels.
Course level. It's like Shodasha Upachara.
Yeah. Okay.
JG, there are 4 types of Gurukulas. Under that, you have 4 levels of classes.
So G1 will have 4, G2 will have 4, G3 will have 4.
That are senior, junior, something like that.
That you don't see. Basically, it's a way of saying child has completed in your normal education half year, 1 year, but here there's no half year. Once a child may complete one level in 4 months also.
So basically, we are talking of G1 L1, G2 L1, G3 L1, like that.
Okay. So somebody will be designated as is G3 L15.
Okay, I'll say L1 to
L16.
L16.
It's a
that way.
It is numbering. So it's like a game numbering. He'll keep on cover this. It's not really age.
Shravanji, you're asking something.
No, okay. So we are deciding as L1 to L16. Other one was like within group 1, L1, L2, L3, L4. But this is also fine. L1, L16.
No, I have tried to simplify the diagram. Otherwise, the diagram will become horizontally very big.
Yeah.
But you're correct, Shravanji. In G1, there will be 4 levels. In G2, there will be 4 levels. That is how
Correct.
it will map to.
Correct.
So 1 to 4 will map to G1, 5 to 8 will map to G2.
Is it not
so
clear
on
in the
and so forth.
diagram? It's not confusing.
No, it is not confusing. We will have to, that association we will have to form.
So I should make it more explicit.
Make it 4 blocks, Prabhuji.
What is no? That 4 blocks diagram will be, for me, it becomes difficult to write it here. Right?
No, what you can do, Prabhuji, is G1 to G4 write 4 blocks. Below that, you write only 1 block per G1. There you write L1 to L4. Next, you write L5 to L8.
Okay.
Copy better.
No, I can't do that.
Really?
Technology. Okay. This is G1 to
G1 to G4, Prabhuji. Correct.
G1.
Yeah. Still remaining is G4, Prabhuji.
No, I can't.
Okay, Prabhuji.
G2. G3.
Thank you.
G4. Okay. In this itself, I will just add level 1, level 2 in this.
That is also okay, Prabhuji.
So G1. Okay.
Below that, you can write L1 to L4.
L1 to, because my diagrams are becoming complicated. L1 to L4. Okay.
In the next one, no, L5 to L8.
L5. L8.
Yes, Prabhuji.
L9 to
12.
L12.
13 to 16. Perfect.
L13. 16. This slide I can remove. The subjects, topics, quizzes also assessment only.
Now, Prabhuji, subjects will have, according to him, each subject will be each subject will be at the level of a G1 and L1, as an example.
At the level of
G1, L1, or any group and any level, it will be a subject. So signs for G1, L1.
G1, L1. G1 is broken into L1, L2. For purpose subject. Subject will have topics. That's also correct, no? Topics will have.
Topic below is E, I, E. Each topic.
No, that's a study learning part. Each topic will have any projects.
Did he agree to that? That
no, that's E, I, E. Right? So should I cut this here? This is up to this point, no issues.
Topics, there is no issue, Prabhuji.
Quizzes I'll remove or?
I think we should remove quizzes, Prabhuji.
So this I'll remove. This below this is. Okay, let's go to his now. His terminology.
Okay.
I'll leave it this level.
Yeah.
This is actually what should I give the name?
What, Prabhuji? Next is learning organization.
No, this is what this is actually
syllabus organization.
Syllabus organization.
But there is no project learning assessment, no, Prabhuji.
Then I'll remove. I'll wait for the next thing to happen.
Yeah.
You can duplicate the slide and remove the above one.
Okay. So now we have to go to EIA, right?
Yeah. Now in the syllabus, in the previous slide, you can remove the projects below.
I'll remove the projects below. So now we'll have to go and that. This is also correct. No, topics is correct.
Yeah, till topics, I think there is.
No. Below the topics, for him, the material will be in terms of PDF, in terms of
Video, audio.
There is a type of the material that we don't have to
know about. It will be lesson. It will be lessons.
For a given topic, is it?
For a given topic, it will be lessons ultimately.
I thought the topic itself is a lesson.
No. I'm saying
No. That topic lessons.
There will be below this. There will be lessons.
Oh, that's also the organization, is it?
Well, yeah, I'll just tell you. It's a lessons. Lesson.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is the most granular unit of learning, is it?
Lesson is the final unit.
Lesson is the final unit.
Unit of learning.
Yeah. Lesson can be what I'm saying is a
It
PDF.
can be a video, audio,
In
PDF.
the document that he shared.
No, that is not there in that. This is what discussed. PDF, video, audio, okay, quiz, and the lesson will end up with a quiz, right? Right?
Yeah. Puzzle or
So
quiz
the
or whatever.
lesson itself is in the
See, in a book also,
PIIE.
it's like there is a chapter under that lesson. So here we are calling chapter as topic. So there are the
I can call it topics.
The last part, the tiniest in the textbook.
Okay, let's take a simple example that way it will be clearer. So science, Prabhuji, magnetism. Is it a topic? Is magnetism a topic? Okay, if magnetism is a topic, then lesson is under magnetism there is lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. Like that, is it? Okay, all right, perfect. And each lesson the student has to learn using this framework of E and IE, right?
There is a EIIE is a framework. It comes with LM learn that will come next.
Yeah.
So here lessons is PDF Gayatri. It's a lesson / project, right? This is a project also, lessons also like this only. Or lesson will end up in a project or quiz. Correct, no? Gayatri?
See, Vijay, there is a gravitation, there is lesson 5. In that, the other part. So lesson is the, you can't divide lesson further. That is where it ends.
But see, lesson 5 is a number, and the name of that is nothing but gravitation.
These are the topics. See, these are the gravitation.
It's a topic.
Those
Those are the topics. Those are the different topics. So you learn topic, Prabhuji. You learn a topic. Correct, no?
Vijayji, maybe in subject we have each chapter. In chapter we have
Yeah, that's what I also, because
Correct.
we have seen.
Topic is a chapter, which is perfect.
Topic in a bracket, I'll write chapter.
Chapter, which is also correct.
Okay.
And that is what you learn.
No. I think chapter lesson is a little confusing. Let's keep topic only, because a syllabus is basically talking about topics. Chapters, all these are from textbook point of view, which is not what we are looking at right now. We are looking at what is the student trying to understand in this particular thing. So if magnetism is a topic within the subject science.
But Shravanji, we have to go according to the teacher's terminology, right? Because end of the day, teachers are going to upload the content. So whatever is in the
A magnetism, Gayatri, a magnetism itself, 4 chapters again, 4 chapters of magnetism
will be there. Yeah.
It's a topic is the right word.
No, I'll show you how a CBSE textbook or NIS looks.
But this is how Darshanji wants to argue.
No, Darshanji didn't comment on this.
See, a typical NIS, see, if you see now, units and measurements, these are called lessons. So this is called, see, any textbook, there are chapters.
So, Prabhuji, this is how an example here is chapter 2, units and measurement. 2.1 is introduction. 2.2 is.
Here, if you see, there will be a chapter.
Units and measurements.
The unit is the lessons.
Okay.
Units and measurements is the
And
topic.
Basically, topics, Shravan Kumar, this is called chapters, Shravan.
Okay, they call it chapters only, yeah? Okay.
Chapters will have lessons.
Okay.
Chapters will have sub-topics. We can also use the terminology topic and subtopic.
Okay. If they have used chapters in the sense of topics,
lesson
that's
is
fine.
the most granular unit that the student learns.
Yeah, some chapters might have only 2 lessons, some might have 10 lessons, based on the chapter size,
So the number of lessons may vary.
So lesson is actually one deliverable class, is it?
One?
No.
Lesson is one deliverable class is what he's asking.
Lesson is the most granular unit of learning.
Yeah, fine. Which is in a class of 40 minutes, let's say, a teacher used to have a class notes, and in that whatever is there, that had to be given in a 40-minute thing. So that is the duration in which all the learning begins and ends for a particular class, right? for
No, it's not time based. It is basically the way they have given here 7 years.
yeah, I understand, but earlier to bring the thing, what I was saying is earlier it used to be from a textbook, a particular one chapter is to be taken, and in that chapter some amount of portion is taken for one unit to be delivered as one unit to
Correct,
one.
correct. That would be what a typical lesson is.
Yeah. So in that one unit, there could be some explanation, some questioning, some explanation, some questioning, like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, how each lesson is learned is where the framework that Darshanji is giving.
Yeah. But the
You need textbook, Vijay, this is the format.
in the new scheme of things, what we call micro learning.
Micro learning is nothing but at the lesson level.
No, this is still macro. The
No.
student, we can still make it and smaller things.
The
but
lesson is micro version.
This is the lesson, Guruji. This is the chapter. Any
So
textbook-
below lesson,
No, below chapter.
below chapter there is lesson. Below lesson there will be
Nothing else.
no. I'm saying for
Micro
us,
learn.
the child lesson will learn in some small pieces.
Very.
Lesson is a package of some small things.
No. Lesson will have each lesson will have some 5 learning material, micro learning. That's what Sean is saying. Correct?
Lesson,
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
divide it.
Yeah. For the student in Google Classroom, each lesson will have 4 or 5 learning.
No,
Correct.
the of thing Google Classroom is not having. You can't make it so many hierarchies there.
So
many levels.
this subject chapter hierarchy is possible.
Yes.
And lesson is possible.
Yeah,
Shravan, this is a Google Classroom terminology.
But classroom is not restricting it, no, like this.
Hierarchy, this level, 3 levels.
Okay.
No, classroom is only a push, and whatever you push, it will show. Google Classroom is not restricting us to the granularity of micro learning thing, correct?
No, it's up to us, Gayatri and Prabhuji. What we can do is, if let's say, what is the granular unit of learning?
So, lesson is bigger unit. In the lesson, there will be multiple.
Bringing too many hierarchies.
No, I'm saying,
the teachers.
this too many hierarchy, not from the classroom point of view.
But anyways, teachers will decide that, no, Guruji. Why are
I'm
you
saying,
deciding that?
this has to be, the teachmate app has to give. This is for design point of view. Not from classroom, Google Classroom.
You check with Darshan if they have another design.
I'm saying, see, design, Darshan, from our viewpoint of view, you are giving it to Darshan. So then he may come back and say, no, I want this. He has to learn how to fit into Google Classroom. So here I'll say this is okay. I'll add this.
You will call it a learning material.
So, Vijayji, these are chapters in a topic, and in the chapters you have lessons. This is how we have done.
No, Gayatri. That is the implementation.
You can't further break it
No.
down.
There's the implementation. The lesson here is micro learning in Google Classroom.
No, that we will figure out, Gayatri.
No, it has to finally
No,
fit into the classroom.
not necessary. Not necessary.
Yes.
Because we have our own custom database for that reason only. We can create any
Can I
kind
give
of
an input here? See, this breakdown of information architecture is fine, but it has to also translate into building up of knowledge of all the concepts in a certain way.
Yeah.
For example, derivation can be only learned in a certain way. Okay, this integration can be only learned in a certain way. So if we deviate too much from the classical structure, then what will happen is that we will have to work a lot on creating that content that will, map to this new structure of learning. And, we need to also find out what Darshanji currently has in
Whole
his
thing you have to
bank.
change again.
Otherwise, what will happen is
It's
too
not
much of a
acceptable.
deviation from a
Keep
classical
on
structure, and
changing the
suddenly
database of the.
our focus will shift on creating content for this
So
structure.
micro learning lesson will stop at that level.
Yes.
Okay, at the moment we'll stop here. We'll see.
Okay. So are we clear now? This can I go next? It's actually it's information organization or syllabus organization. Syllabus organization is okay. No name.
The syllabus organization is okay, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next is lesson organization.
No lesson organization.
That is where his framework of EII
No, EA is a learning path.
is a learning path.
To your LMC,
Hmm.
what do you call as
Learn, master, and contribute.
contribute. So that will be at the top level. So this is actually learning path.
Okay.
Okay. So learning path will have
Okay, learn first, master next, and contribute. That is how you are thinking.
He says EIIE.
no, that is next level. First is okay.
No, the entire learning path should fit into that EIIE, no, Guruji.
I'm writing it.
So that's what Guruji is planning.
Okay.
And Anupamaji has a question on the chat.
Okay.
Guruji, should we add an image for each lesson?
Yes, you have to. You one or more images you have to add. She is able to answer here, Anupama.
Anupamaji, was Guruji audible to you?
Yes, yes, Guruji.
Okay. So now this is what I'm saying. Learning organization. Okay. Learning path. Learning path will have what you call as learn, master, then we have contribute. Okay. So learn, master, contribute. It corresponds to his learn. It corresponds to lesson. What is it called? EIIE.
Learning.
What is the meaning of E?
Explanation.
Okay. Learning is through explanation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his framework, Guruji, is explanation, interaction, implementation, evaluation.
This is learning is nothing but explanation.
Yeah.
Okay. E.
Yeah. Then it is also interaction, Guruji.
Yeah. Learning is through interaction also. Okay. Learning will have two paths below.
Yeah. Super, yeah.
It's okay, correct, right only? Or
Yes, Prabhuji, interaction, correct, Prabhuji.
Interaction.
His goal is of interaction is facilitate deeper understanding through active engagement.
Okay. Interaction.
Then you have implementation, Prabhuji.
Implementation is nothing but
enable practical application of concepts to reinforce.
It comes in the master.
Is to mastering, Prabhuji, correct, Prabhuji.
Implementation, evaluation.
Implementation.
Yeah, and then he has last is evaluation. Provide a detailed assessment of the child's learning journey.
Implementation. I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
the evaluation is to provide a detailed assessment of the child's
evaluation comes in both learning and master, both, right?
No, what he is
it comes in explanation comes with a quizzes and all.
Evaluation.
Okay.
Last
one. No, wait. This much implementation. Then contribute is nothing but learn only, right? For him.
He has not put a contribution.
No, contribute is nothing but learn only.
This implementation, Prabhuji, can come in the contribute also. So implementation for him is combining both these, mastering and contributing.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know. Your learning is also there in contribution. I learn what is social value and all, right? Okay. Here in contribution, also implementation.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Then all
The last E, Prabhuji, for him is provide a detailed assessment of the child's learning journey.
Okay, then E comes there.
No, E doesn't map to contribute, Prabhuji.
No,
E
I'm
is-
saying
E is evaluation.
E is across these four, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Implementation.
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji, one question, maybe a dumb one. Why are we trying to fit it in a LMC thing? Why don't we just keep the same things that we talked about?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
That's also,
We can do that.
yeah, we can get rid of the LMC, Prabhuji.
Yeah, we can do that, right?
Yeah. They come above. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You can make it into four horizontal blocks, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
EIIC.
Implementation. Okay. Here it's interaction.
Interaction, explanation, interaction, implementation, evaluation.
Interaction I.
Yeah.
Implementation.
Yeah. And final is evaluation.
Evaluation.
Yeah.
Here evaluation.
Yeah. Because in their thinking, Prabhuji, the end objective is to evaluate and give an output to the parents.
Correct.
It is not really to focus on the
Yeah.
contribution
here. Implementation, interaction, implementation. Correct. No?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is learning path.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Correct?
Yeah.
Explanation will have
Graphics, animation, videos, voiceover.
I'll put it here only.
3D models, storytelling,
Expressions, graphics, or I'll put one level below.
One level below,
Just a
Prabhuji.
video.
So this will be all the material of explanation, Prabhuji. Different kinds of materials for explanation.
So
Multimedia content.
Multimedia content. That's
Yeah.
I'll say text.
Yeah.
Text,
video, animations,
animation, audio,
then voiceovers,
audio,
then
quizzes.
3D. No, quizzes are not here, Prabhuji.
Now, quizzes are at each level there's a quiz.
Okay.
So because you have to see whether he has learnt or not.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Right? So interactions.
AI tutor.
Yeah.
AI tutor.
Yeah, it's AI tutor.
Yeah. This is for doubt clarification,
That AI tutor will come.
inquiry-based learning, interactive quizzes, puzzles, MCQs.
You see, that box has to come down, right?
The quizzes and all he's putting here, Prabhuji, in the interaction block.
Yeah, that here also we discussed that. It's
Okay.
there. So here, what we call as quizzes,
Puzzles, MCQs.
puzzles.
In interaction, Guruji.
Here,
Yeah, in interaction.
interaction, it will come. Interaction also that can be a quiz, no? That what AI tutor.
AI tutor will also be there.
AI tutor will only give everything, Guruji.
Huh?
That is the main interaction, right?
The quiz is in the AI tutor, not in Google Classroom.
AI tutor, he will bring it from the Google Classroom.
So what is there in explanation is the standard tree
This you
that
already
will
have
be
an
put,
explanation. How many times?
including text and including explanation and quizzes, or what he said is including the assessment and the some assessment material and some learning material. Both are there in explanation, but interaction is dynamically pushing something. So it is not readily made one. Generally, explanation is given. After that, or while this is going on, the AI tutor will have an interaction based on that. So sometimes either we reinforce what is already there, or there's some dynamically created content will go. This is what we were thinking.
Now, the dynamically created content, we are trying to minimize through offline created content. Otherwise, it will be increasing the cost.
Correct. So this is what is from textbook. The earlier one is all from the textbook or thing. This is mostly from our pre-prepared GPT
Yeah.
output.
So,
Yeah.
pre-trained,
Pre-trained.
right?
Yeah.
But here, I think the important question is we seeing these four as sequential?
No.
Not necessarily, right? So, for example, explanation is happening. There may be a chat window below. There the interaction can happen around that.
Can happen. Yeah, we agreed. We asked this, and he said yes. It can be. It need not be sequential like that.
And
But
also you should take
the other two
context
are
of,
sequential.
you should also take the context of interaction also.
Okay, and then implementation. But implementation can be only after the explanation has been said. The student has to say, I'm done with the explanation part.
That is correct.
Yeah, right. So students
Correct.
somewhere has see explanation and interaction are maybe parallel. But
Correct.
implementation and evaluation are sequential.
Sequential.
Can
Correct.
say EIIE, that's the sequence.
No.
He
He's
said it's a
asking,
sequence.
explanation and interaction can go parallel. I'm learning something.
I'll stop at one point. I'll ask the
Tutor.
doubt clarification. I can come back.
Then
to
implementation come next low level.
Implementation is obviously after explanation.
So then they are putting the parallel path. I have reduced it to lower path.
Oh, because it's a sequence.
After these two have happened.
Actually, after interaction.
After interaction has happened, then only implementation and evaluation is the final stage, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
It is below everything.
Add shape. Implementation is after interaction, right?
Yes.
So I'll cut the line link here. This link I'll cut. I'll make it independent box. I'll make it like this below.
Yeah, but it is still connected to learning path, but it has to be connected to the implementation, Prabhuji.
But
What you can do is, Prabhuji, is you can have one line that connects both the explanation and interaction, and below that the implementation can come, Prabhuji.
In explanation interaction can go parallelly. All right.
Yeah.
So then we'll have
implementation.
Actually, I'll give stage number 1 also. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Stage.
Okay.
Prabhuji. Yeah.
Stage 1.
Yeah.
And it is 1A.
Yeah.
It can happen parallelly.
Yeah, it is also one only.
A. Right?
Yeah.
Now, below, after interaction is over, add shape below. Shall I put this text video and all in this only box so that I reduce number of boxes?
Yes, Prabhuji. Those are the types of
multimedia, it's you.
No, I want to our multimedia.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Just so that
Multimedia will make a single video. It's not single video. Text.
multimedia is
I'm saying it's
text
not
and multimedia. That's enough.
text media.
Multimedia.
Okay.
Enough.
And quiz also come here because we have to see whether he has learned or not. Okay. So now this is what is level 1.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now interaction using AI tutor with the AI tutor.
Yeah, that also you can put there only.
Brackets.
With the AI tutor.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Pre-trained.
Yeah, AI tutor. Yes, Prabhuji.
AI tutor.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is okay. Now comes below the this thing.
Yes, comes the implementation.
Yeah.
Implementation.
And finally, evaluation.
This is here. To implementation.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Right?
Yeah.
And here it's an activity project. What do you call this as?
Here
Real life application
Experience
project.
based or activity based project?
That will break it. Implementation will break it to next level in the next file.
Yeah, he has real life application projects, reflective worksheets,
We'll put that.
all that is there.
Okay,
He will
Darshan
document.
has given.
Yeah. Prabhuji shared, no?
Implementation. After implementation, evaluation, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
learning path. This learning path is 5 C's. What we are doing in learning path is 5 C's.
5 C's have to be integrated into the nature of how the content is produced.
Yeah, this is 5 C's.
Yeah.
5 C's. Creativity. Then
Critical thinking.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Critical thinking. Then we have communication.
And the character building.
Culture.
Culture, okay.
Culture, Bharatiya. So then we have 9 intelligences.
Yeah.
9 intelligences. 9 intelligences. And then 3 modes of learning. Auditory, visual, then kinesthetic.
What are these 9 intelligences?
The musical intelligence. Then
Space intelligence.
space intelligence.
Existential.
Then existential intelligence, spiritual intelligence. By the 9 intelligences. How many you have?
I have
Guruji, one question.
So how many I have? The spiritual intelligence is well developed in me. Okay, I have visual intelligence, which is the artistic picture presentation. This is poor. My hearing is very poor. The Gayatri knows. When he says something, I won't hear. My musical knowledge.
Logical, mathematic intelligence, linguistic intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, musical, visual,
See,
spatial.
interpersonal intelligence is good for me. Visual is very good, pictures and all. Then auditory is poor. In the sense, I can't differentiate music notes and all, I can't do that. Right? And especially when people keep on asking repeating questions, my whole mind will go stuck. Then what next is?
Linguistic.
Linguistic is language, communication. I'm not very fluent like this guy. Who is it? That Congress guy, Kerala guy.
Shashi Tharoor.
Not like that. But I can understand very subtle aspect of language. So when when people say some words, for me the meanings are 7 level. Okay, just one word for you people. For me, multi-dimensional meanings opens up.
Guruji is like Parapashyanti Vaikari.
Parapashyanti Vaikari, Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita.
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, and yogic meaning.
Yes.
7 levels of meaning opens up. For just one word. For you people, you won't even understand 1 level. So
Mathematical intelligence.
mathematics are decent. I know how to calculate.
Naturalist intelligence.
Naturalist is the environment and all. It's okay, decent. I'm not very fond of that. It's okay. Then intrapersonal is meditation and all. That's also good. So I'm scoring on a couple of auditory. Auditory I'm very sharp. When spirituality is there, some value is there, it just listen. Okay. All these social issues will not go into my head at all. I have selective filtering. Spiritual also, now I don't listen. Earlier when I listened to spiritual thing, very intense.
Guruji,
Oh,
Guruji, one doubt.
what?
She is on doubt.
Your doubt.
One doubt, Guruji. Okay, basically for
Basically
standard
for?
to 8th channel.
Vijay, you can keep the speaker.
Not this.
Speaker is very bad.
Are you able to hear?
1 minute. You go to mute.
You put your on.
I put. You want me to turn on the turn on this mute, please.
Mute down.
Now, Ashwini, now you can speak.
So, Guruji, if we take an example of a child, let's say there are 3, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th standard, 3 classes are in one group, right? So,
Right.
5th standard child magnetism the lesson will be different. So sixth and seventh might have already learned magnetism, so it'll be different for them. Or probably will they learn more in depth of magnetism, or
More depth.
and when they do projects, those collaboration projects, the mentor has to, the fifth standard child needs somebody else to collaborate with. The other two higher kids probably have finished that. So how will they? How about Guruji?
Collaboration project can be the first standard also.
No, she's asking how can so for a lesson in physics, how can a fifth standard and eighth standard guy collaborate?
No, they're not. They're not collaborating. Fifth standard guys, people with same interests collaborate. People with different interests don't collaborate.
Or I was thinking, or will it be like the elder child will help the younger child and then they learn together or something?
Different type of collaboration. Okay. So there's a learning which happens from more mature to less mature. Collaboration can be two types: peer level collaboration and mentor type of collaboration.
So how will we assign those projects? Because this child might be doing magnetism, that child might be doing something else. So we'll have to make sure and assign, the mentor has to assign probably.
That's the job of the Pune Chetana. How to do it, how to make it happen is a part of the teacher's challenge.
Here, that's what Anupama ji and Rajita ji will have to probably.
No,
not them.
No, there's
Not
Russian create.
Oh, okay.
Rajita will give output as per the Russian's comment. Russian will come back and say modify this.
Ashwini, Darshan
They're
said,
just giving the they're giving the tool for him for them to create. Okay.
Darshan will guide them.
So finally, if one child has to do a project, the Purna Chetana, there are other children in my group who are probably elder than me. My age children are not there in this group.
Let's not worry about that now.
That and all, they will take care. Okay.
That guidance, this guy will give, Darshan will give.
Okay, good.
Right? Our job is to create a technology framework which will facilitate that. And exactly what the everything will happen is the Darshan challenge. For that, we will give guidelines for Anupama and Rajita.
Okay.
For them.
The only reason why we are going into all this learning path and all this is so that we understand what the tool has to support. This is not our job to create the content according to this. It is for us to understand how they want to structure. That is why we are going into all these details.
It's clear, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So currently their physical way of operating is classrooms. Is it like
They are typical regular school system.
They are having a regular schooling. Okay.
The regular school system.
Okay.
But their method of teaching is different from regular school system. They teach through a lot of experiential learning. It's not there more and marks and all. They give more points and all of the it's not there in regular school system. Okay.
Okay, so
Have we done? Go next.
Yes, Prabhuji.
If I see 9 businesses, 3 modes of learning will come here.
Yeah.
Right. Evaluation also comes here. Should we put the evaluation does also? Evaluation is next slide, next block.
Yeah. We'll expand on the evaluation.
3 will expand. So this I can remove. This is gone or this is there.
No, this is no more there, no, Prabhuji. This is no more there.
This is the detailing on the detailing item, they will go.
13 has to go. Correct.
So this is clear.
Yeah.
Evaluation. Student, which this is there.
No, this is what we need to capture. In our design, we need to be able to tell the teacher, correct, which student, which class they are in, which level.
Evaluation. To break the evaluation, right?
This is our old thing, which now gets mapped there, Prabhuji.
New evaluation. Evaluation. They call it immersion.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Immersion.
So here, it has comprehensive assessment tools combining interaction phase performance, implementation phase project submissions, behavioral analytics, consistency, time spent. So then detailed progress report and the improvement plan.
So basically, they are methodologies. Evaluation.
Yeah.
In the one box system, I will write all those things. Okay. Implement. It has multiple things.
In interaction phase performance, how have they done during the
Explanation.
Explanation.
yeah, each phase, how
Interaction.
Implementation. Interaction.
No, Guruji, after explanation, it's interaction
Interaction. Okay.
and implementation. Yeah.
And implementation reports. Implementation phase.
yeah,
Reports.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, correct, Prabhuji. That is one thing.
Yeah.
Next is implementation phase submissions.
No, I'm saying submissions
And analytics, Prabhuji. And reports. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that becomes the input.
Yes,
And
Prabhuji.
he gives some more details. What are the names?
So detailed progress report with actionable insights for mentors and parents.
This output.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. So this is also based on how the student has done. Then he's generating insights for parents, insights for mentors.
Let me say what is it?
In detailed progress reports with actionable insights for mentors and parents.
Detail. So it's a progress report.
Yeah.
For mentors, parents.
And parents, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Then
Improvement plan, AI generated improvement plan tailored for each child.
okay. So
Progress report is there, and then there is improvement plan is there.
improvement plan.
Yes.
And each child.
So it can be progress report and improvement plan for each child. So it's the same thing, Prabhuji. These two are separate. A progress report and improvement plan. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Both are two. Yeah. But the improvement plan may also be seen by the mentor, parents also. Illa Prabhuji. Illa. Ashta Prabhuji.
Can you guys question on this? Zoom?
Is Prabhuji audible to Zoom people? Shravanji?
No.
Any questions?
No, only you're very audible, Vijay ji. Prabhuji is not much.
Oh, Prabhuji is not audible, is it?
Not much.
Okay, I think you need to turn on that mic. I'm going to turn off this mic.
Yes. But also you can turn on. Okay. Is Prabhuji audible?
No, Guruji's voice is actually echoing.
Am I audible?
Clear, Guruji.
Okay. So, any questions are there so far?
Clear, Guruji.
Clear, Guruji.
Okay.
So in the evolution phase, we are seeing implementation, we said evolution there. But
Yeah.
in the evolution phase, you're also saying, go back to that, the reports that earlier generated in phases are submitted now.
Yeah.
And what is the second one? Progress report for mentors, parents.
That's an output. That's an output. Evaluation phase output. Feedback.
Oh, okay. The middle one is the process and the later
Last one is a feedback.
Okay.
This is an output. This is an input.
Okay.
Right? This is an input actually. I just say call this as input.
Okay.
Right? So this is an output.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yeah.
So we'll go to next one.
Yeah.
Okay. So there I have put a Gemini chatbot with Krishna as the training model. Okay. Here one thing which is there, Vijay. Okay. This is a teacher mate, right?
Yeah, so far it's teacher mate.
Okay. Now student mate. Shall we? Is that complete? We can go further.
Yeah, I think the same appear here.
No. Student mate. So student mate you have made like this.
Yeah.
Learn, master, contribute.
Yeah.
Is what student is doing now. Is IEC. No, it's not IEE. It is only teacher's point of view. For student 5, learn, master, and contribute is the three aspects, right?
This is okay for administration.
No, he didn't comment on this. We didn't discuss on this, or he saw this. Okay.
So once when our level G comes with the first UX using this concept.
Henry's I'll be anyway sending to Darshan for approval.
No, I think this was okay. This is from the point of view of
student
child collecting coins. So
yeah.
That is teacher's way of looking at it, but child is collecting coins for learning, for mastering, and for contributing.
Yeah. I think it's okay. This was okay. LMC.
What will be mapped to master then? For example,
master is that implementation.
Implementation. So explanation, interaction is in the learn.
So I have to say somewhere, right? That explanation.
Yeah, so the mapping has to come here.
Okay, I'll do the mapping. what you call as mapping of teacher mate.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Teacher made learning path. Because there is a learning path the teacher made.
Learning path to student.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So now what I do, learning path.
That is EIIC.
No, I'm saying just insert. This is slowing down my whole writing. I mean, sorry. Okay. Learning path of teacher mate. It becomes what do you call it? What did you say? Explanation.
Interaction,
Interaction.
implementation.
Interaction, implementation come below interactions, no?
Yes, Professor.
Here.
Explanation and interaction are at the same level. Implementation is below.
Below that is learning.
Implementation.
In a way, evaluation is not.
Paste that slide over.
I can copy and paste.
The first subject you've done the same thing, right?
This one. No?
Yeah, same thing. You can just put that box. No, that's like part.
No, I just paste slide here. Ayo.
Just duplicate that slide. Or
Raval, is the speed okay or I'm slowing down? Okay. So, learning path map to student, right? Student mate. So here this will become
The first block is map to learn.
Learn.
One and two, one year probably.
This is called learn. Learning student mate.
but
Prabhuji, you know-
remove this learn master contributor.
And this from that's teacher's point of view. Student point of view, learn, master, and contribute is meaningful.
Yes,
now.
student will not understand explanation, interaction, we can't anything. No. For student, it is a learning mastering, they are contributing.
That was converted to learn master contribute.
Yeah.
Right?
In a way, yeah.
First.
Yeah. Learn master is not right?
Yeah.
So that is Prabhuji said, and then you know, but
So learn is from student tag pointer, right?
see that learn is both.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
student law.
Now I'm just putting here like this one line. After learning, he'll become for them. Next is implementation is master.
Yes, sir.
Learn is let's say A. Okay. So then he'll go to implementation, which is B. So this here I'll call it as A. A. B. I hope you will not take it as a this type is A, B, C. This is only for reference I'm giving. Yes. I'm getting that mold taste. Okay. So now this is A, learn. Okay, then I will call it as here below this interaction is also learn. Implementation and what?
Implementation and validation property.
Add shape after this.
Provision is a small column I need to.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway.
Master. Master and contribute. Both are same for us.
Implementation, you are putting it under evaluation also. This master circle should come here. Here it should say.
Add shape after.
No. You can see below, maybe.
Below means it is putting there. Add shape below.
Add shape below this first one. First, before, above, below. Okay. No. Add evaluation data. Yeah. This.
Here.
This is a master.
Yeah.
But you have to change shape. You said learn for student, then it should be master for student.
And then master and contribute. Both will come here, no? Okay. Done? Vijay?
Okay, Prabhuji. But Prabhuji, as far as our student app is concerned, so it will allocate, let's say, points and badges from 1A, 1 and 1A towards learning.
Yeah.
How does it break between the master and contribute, that we need to probably think?
The points are there. Only points is contributes dharma points.
They will be giving implementation. So maybe they are tagged as a social project or something like that.
It's called dharma points. Points are two types: dharma points and study points. The dharma points are contribution.
See, the way they define implementation, Prabhuji, is then a project, some activity which tests their ability, their learning. So that one we need to map to both mastering and contributing.
Correct. So that's okay, no? That
in our in our way of breaking up, if we are going to break it into 3 parts,
contribute, I'll say dharma points. That's all.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, how will the student get learning points when the student goes through the explanation and the interaction? They get the learning points. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. How do they get the master points when they go through the implementation project?
Correct.
Okay. How do they contribute points?
In the master point. Master implementation, master also dharma points are there.
Okay.
Master point, dharma points. Okay.
So which means that the implementation projects should have 2 kinds of projects, but they should award 2 kinds of points.
Correct. So that we can say, if you want to implementation, you want to clarify.
Yeah.
We'll go to implementation, right?
Yeah.
So implement, evaluation, implementation, no?
Yeah.
Implementation is study and master. Study, okay. Actually, I don't have to say here. So here, this is for teams. Right?
Yeah.
Or rather here, implementation is okay, implementation I can say based on study and contribution to society.
But so there will be some project questions that trigger that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so which means that whenever we do a project, some points will have allocated towards their mastering.
Yeah.
And some points will have allocated towards
correct.
contribution. Okay. So that's the okay. So there is some kind of tagging that needs to happen in the implementation level.
Okay. So now we'll go to child continuation.
Yes, please.
Learning path map. Then I have say Google Classroom is a interface.
Yeah, it's a combination of what technology comes up with. Let's try to see what comes up.
The clapping for encouragement and these things are there. So A tutor is chatbot.
Yes.
How well are you sleeping or meditating?
Listening.
That you do in Vaishal is in front of Vaishal. Don't tell me. I have different, each student I put in different, right? So you're actually in hibernating state. Not just sleeping. Okay. So this is a report card will have more emojis and all. Yes. So the student also come back. I didn't understand like in through emoji. Report card is a emoji. Okay. So this is report card emoji. Mentor meeting. mentor mate is for students of Gurukula, he'll come to know.
Yes.
Okay, and also you'll know video camera. Then whatever students he's doing, he is able to see, right?
That we will discuss.
I should not put the picture here. I just say student mate. I mean, I should have put it here, or I don't have to. Okay.
Even when it is double G is working.
Yeah. So now only here difference is.
You don't have to separate. But whatever we do for student, if we give another select a particular student, that becomes for now.
Yeah. So here for student, right? Then this is a student screen. But what happens here is that mentor get a specific instruction for a student. Okay, mentor guidelines for each student. This is addition here. Each guidance student and lesson he'll get a guideline.
Right. Yeah. What we do. Was this something?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I put a student picture here.
Yes.
For mentor. It's mentor, this additional thing.
Yes.
Okay. Then we have chatbot for mentor. Right. That's over. Next, child screen. Shall you go to next this thing, Dhawal? This is what we say called it as this we have seen, right?
Sorry, no, I didn't understand 24. The screen, the 4 children there.
No, the mentor, when he opens this thing, right? He has class of 10 children. So here he can see, click Raju or Rita. He can click and see their status, what they are doing. Their screens are visible to the mentor.
Okay, so each of this is the particular child screen.
Yeah. You click here, it'll go to next screen. What child is doing? What is the progress of child? And he'll also get for each child what lessons have to what have to do, how we have to help the child.
Okay.
Who is speaking? Okay. So child screen. Child screen, this you have seen, right?
Yes,
Funda, Fundu, and all. Shravan, you have seen this, no?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what this I don't know whether it undergoes some modification, Vijay.
Yeah,
Yeah, full. It's just fundu mother it
Guruji, there is one question, Guruji.
Yeah.
Guruji, that guideline, mentor guideline for each student is there, no, Guruji?
Yeah.
Can you please explain that what that each student?
Each student and each lesson.
How can the guideline can be given to each student separately, Guruji? Lesson we can have guideline, and how we can apply to each student?
No, the student is going through electricity lesson 1, right? And he has some project there. So how to help the student is what mentor has to know. No, what he has to do. So switch on, bring a lamp.
This common guideline, no, Guruji. Common guideline for that electricity.
You know what is meant is here a mentor can click on any student and see the context in which the student is right now, and as per the context some guidelines can be given.
Yeah, that's right. So student is studying let's say electricity and bulb. So he has a lesson there, and for the lesson he may have to go and switch on and switch off something. The mentor will be told, student may ask for switch, you go and help.
Lesson different.
Yeah, because Rita is learning magnetism and Vijayji is learning electricity. So if I click Rita, Rita's lesson is switch on the bulb. No. I have to tell each lesson also. It's not per student. It's per lesson.
Each lesson. Okay, Guruji. Now I got it.
A guideline about the student.
No. Guideline is about a student. No, guideline about his student. He will see the student screen. He has to help in activity of the student. No. Each student is lesson. That's what I'm saying. Each student is. Yes, Anupama, you have some question,
No, now it is clear, Guruji.
right?
And anyway, double feedback. So the teacher double feedback. The student made variation by mentor.
No. Teacher made a variation for mentor.
No. See, because same student.
Yeah, this is output. But the teacher made side, you have to generate. So teacher here, right? So if you go to teacher made, so learning path, I write, and no. In the teacher, when this learning path is created, right? There's a learning path for the teacher parallel. Same thing, similar thing. Okay, learning path. Here I'll have learning path for the mentors help guide for this.
Yeah, that is what teacher created.
You see the where I'm putting, right? I'm saying help for the mentor or guidelines for a mentor. Here, okay, guideline for mentor.
Is also another input that the teacher will give.
It's actually an output, no? Learning path output. Learning path output will be here. This is one more path for this thing here. Learning path will have added. Now you are feeling sleepy, Dhawan?
Like these things are making sense to me, but from a very different perspective.
What is that?
Yeah, so whenever we talk these things, there are a lot of parents that come into picture from a different perspective. So
What perspective is that, Vaishali? Okay.
so using perspectives.
Okay. So these are actually guideline.
Same level as the proposal. Guidelines on mentor. It may also be there for implementation proposal, but it is essentially there currently.
Guideline for mentor.
Yes.
This is here. This actually. Just to maintain color consistency.
Yes, yeah. So whatever they're given, what appears here. Correct.
Okay. So next, what you said is,
yeah, apart from that fundu, funda, rest of the screens, let's for now, under appendix Prabhuji.
okay. So this will make appendix.
Yes, Prabhuji. You can add in a slide here, call it appendix.
Appendix.
We'll address that later.
Student.
Yeah.
Meet.
Then, Prabhuji, I wanted to discuss very shortly what each of our team can focus on from tomorrow.
Yeah. So there was a database design. We are not come. No, database design will be.
No. Now our strategy should be able to take this, whatever you have given now. With this, we'll have to start creating the physical design.
Yeah, but that database design is a meeting or it will be physical.
No, what proposal Prabhuji is from tomorrow, our teacher-made application team, there is a Rachita ji and Nita ji. They will focus on creating the, let's say the
Chat GPT.
GPTs, right? And that is the first thing. So they can come up with how it should look like and all that.
Yeah.
And we can discuss that. That is one thing. Then our student-made team, that is Dhawanji and Ashwini ji, have to focus on creating the actual markup. Either board value or Figma, whatever you feel. But the goal, what I'm proposing is by 31st, which is next Friday, student made should have a clickable prototype. Whatever property is not PPT, we should be able to, in our laptop, we can click and say, yeah, this is what we are.
So this, let's say the mentor has to show to parents.
Yeah.
Like Shardaji has to show to parents. This is how it looks like. Some screens. It's like a clickable thing. It's a mock-up.
Yeah, student, the badge, the point, whatever.
We'll come to that, right? Okay, let us come to that. First, no, don't worry. See, this is my view of what is required. It's more of a perspective of requirements. But how to translate that into is Dawal's job. So Dawal should make. Dawal's expertise how to make it look attractive and all.
Now design, learn, master, all the so that's one thing. The teacher can come up with the thing. Shavanshi and you can focus on the database and how to kind of push the data.
Database has two types. One is Google Classroom and that other custom database. But you have to write the database diagrams first. So Shravan Kumar, database design, are you in a position to undertake?
Yeah.
With this huh?
Yes.
So basically, you have to create a data flow diagram, right?
Yeah.
ER
diagram.
And we can discuss more the strategy. So it's more like a student.
You're breaking. I can't hear clearly, Vijayji.
Okay. Okay. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes. Now.
So what I was saying is, you need to come up with the entity relationship diagram, Shravanji. Like student and subjects. So the relationship that will be between the entities and how to, let's say, add the attributes of the student table. That's the design.
I can also help you and we can flush it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So now the question for the teacher mate team is, so from tomorrow, are all the three teams, are we comfortable having a meeting at 9 o'clock in the night, 9 to 9:30, a huddle? Ashwini ji, Neeta ji, Anupama ji, Shravan ji.
Okay, okay, ji.
Okay,
Okay.
Vijay.
Okay, Vijay.
Super. Okay.
Okay.
Then the teacher team tomorrow, you can think about, okay, now that you have heard all these things, you can think about, what is that, the first thing that you want to create. Imagine this way. By next,
We have discussed today, me and Rajita ji, Vijay ji, with a PDF that has been given by Darshan ji. We can first create one guideline, one summarized concept of that topic with one image generation and a video. Maybe we can take it from animated video, can be taken from any other sources, or if possible, we can generate it.
okay, so can I just suggest one thing? If you look at this PDF, the learning path is that EIIC. Okay, see, EIIE.
E.
E, right. So ultimately, the objective of the teacher side will be to assist the teacher to generate that content for a given lesson in EIIE format. Correct?
EI.
Evaluation is by the system. Okay, correct. Guruji is correct.
First, Vijayji, I told about only the E part.
Correct. So what I'm asking is, is it possible for you guys to think in terms of creating the custom GPTs which enable the EII?
Completely. In one GPT.
E also using Google Gemini.
How to evaluate? No, but that evaluation will have to enable them with gathering that whatever the student side gathers. No,
Student, let's say student writes a picture. Then it will be giving. That be evaluation report. That also be able to.
Correct. So that has to be coming from the student side to the teacher side. So, right. Therefore, the evaluation calculations will mostly be done using a combination of student app and Shravanji's app. So the teacher side team right now don't have to worry about it. If they can focus on the EII for now, I'm saying, for this coming Friday, 31st. Yeah. So Anupama ji and Rajita ji, by the coming Friday, if you can demonstrate for Darshanji's PDF EII, how you can generate the EII?
Okay, Vijayji.
Okay, so that can be the goal. You can think through this tomorrow, and tomorrow night once again we can discuss and understand. Yeah.
Yes, Vijayji.
Same thing for our student team. So you can now start going into details of how exactly it will look like, whether you want to first do a Figma or whether you want to do a bold.new, whatever the approach, tomorrow you can think through that. Tomorrow night we can discuss.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And Shravanji, the same thing for you from a database design standpoint. Yeah. The content will go and get structured in Google Classroom. Which lesson he...
Google Classroom will be more lesson. It's a learning management system.
Yes.
Student name and the name of the school also. I have given a guideline for this one also. The school database.
Yeah.
That also adding database.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's numbering.
Yeah.
Because you have to accommodate a large number of schools.
Yeah.
The numbering are added the database.
Yeah.
So is there anything classroom?
No, the content has to be structured, no? Based on whatever the content that the Rajitha and Anupama are going to come up with. That you can help them. So that needs to be organized.
For them to generate something, we first need the license.
Oh, today you didn't. I had sent a message, no, that can you create a Wizkid account and give me the access so that I can make the payment. A Wizkid account. You didn't see that message?
No, it's on Google Chat, right?
Okay, no problem. So first thing you can do is create a Wizkid account. I will make the payment.
It's the same thing, Guruji. We have created Guruji account, right, which is accessible to everybody. Okay, that I will. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Shravanji can focus on database design, and we can review tomorrow. So so for tomorrow is whatever we need to do. Is it clear? And our main outcome is by 31st, we want to be able to, at least amongst us, we should have a teacher mate, student mate, and a potentially a working database. Okay, that is the main goal. That we will see. That once when all this comes up, we will figure out a simple way to
So
integrate.
there is a process that we need to do from the, what we will do is, for the sake of delivering the prototype, we will quickly deliver a prototype.
Yeah.
Okay, but once we start working on the actual student mate app,
Yeah.
we would want to go through a particular way of structuring things, especially with Shravanji.
Yeah.
So that we both teams are on the same page.
Sure.
Otherwise, what will happen is, if I develop something and he develops something and we find out
No,
at the
that
last
won't be the
moment.
case.
Yeah.
Right now, this is this.
Documented.
Correct. So yeah.
This next 1.5 week is so that all of us become really, really comfortable in creating a quick prototype, working prototype, so that all of us become very hands-on.
Yeah.
And all this data story that we've heard now becomes a little bit clearer as we start working, right?
Got it.
The actual work, you are absolutely correct. Like how Prabhuji said the other day, for a given month, what we are going to deliver. So you will come and say, these are the 3 screens I'm going to deliver.
No, I'm not talking about that. What I want to introduce is a process in which there is a collaboration exercise before we start our work.
Sure.
So that once we start our work, and towards the end, when both of the teams meet, front end and back end, right?
Yeah.
That time there are least surprises.
Yeah.
Because that's called usually front end, back end system design.
Yeah.
So that system design has to be done first.
Yeah.
Before we actually begin any feature work.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Design is completed.
Yes.
No, design you can't do it.
Correct.
Prototype doesn't require design.
Correct.
This one is sufficient.
Yeah. So prototyping I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Prototyping will be fine.
Yeah.
But once we start working on the pieces, we would want to understand that process.
Absolutely.
Clearly.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, any other questions, concerns, anyone? Neeta ji, Anupama ji, Ashwini ji, Shravan ji.
We can think about, and tomorrow we can ask doubt, no Guru.
Definitely. Not only tomorrow, all the time we can discuss.
Sleep today, you can ask questions, enough questions. Okay, here, there are 2 questions. One is related to the tool.
Yeah.
So for prototyping tool,
Yeah.
the tools like Bolt and which is
Figma or whatever.
Whatever is that. Prototyping tools possible. So Ashwini maybe familiar with what it was
Bubble.
The Bolt may be tool what they are using. Right? Java may be familiar with Figma or something. I don't know whatever. Now, how this team will work?
So for the prototyping, my suggestion is let them do with whatever they feel most comfortable with.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
But with the traditional tools.
Yeah.
Ashwini is considered the bubble.
Yeah.
Are they working as a team or they're coming on each?
No, I'll tell you, Guruji, what happens. Okay. So this is where actually that ambiguity is. And it's not necessarily, opposing or competing factors. What happens is that in a typical front-end application, okay, what we want to do at the end of the day is structure things in a way which speaks the language of two things, application architecture and business architecture. Now, why is that? Okay. As a front-end application becomes non-trivial, those are the things which will start mattering the most. Okay. For example, there is a page. Okay. Now there is a page of, say, edit person. Now, based on who is editing this page, you might want to show different data. You might want to have different editing capabilities. You might want to have different business logic based on certain other criteria as well. So these prototyping tools will not do that.
Okay.
These prototyping tools are only as good as providing you with that layout and some bare minimum functionality. Okay, get this data from the database. Where the crux of the matter will at the end of the day go is how you are going to be able to wire all these things up and make it follow a certain business logic.
Correct.
Okay, which is, if things are structured in a way that you want, then you as a person will be able to easily direct.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it becomes even harder because you have not written that code and you are going to be, dealing with the issues created by the tool. So these tools are very good for prototyping and UI generation, but it needs to be converted into a front-end application, which is a difference.
Yeah.
So both are separate.
Yeah.
So, it will largely be irrelevant and immaterial in which tool a particular code has been generated.
Yeah.
But, we have to put it together into a front-end application. Name components properly, have an application architecture. For example, there will be a notification section in the front-end application, which will be always talking to a notification service and getting the notifications and managing them on the front-end side. And, vice versa, a student service is going on and all those things. So front-end also is in that sense, different modules working together in a certain way, which these tools are right now not capable of.
Yeah.
So, what you're trying to say is,
yes,
these tools are good for rapid prototyping.
Yes.
They are not good for production.
Yeah, and following the business logic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these tools are good for rapid prototyping.
Yes.
Not good for production.
Correct.
Now here we have a challenge that rapid prototyping probably this Ashwini and Neeta may be able to help, or you may do also do it.
Correct.
And for production work, can these people help, or we need to?
So what I will do is the system design process is the process in which we involve everybody in the team and define that this is the component, this is the component, this is the component. This component needs to look like this, function like this, look like this, function like this. This is the service it is going to talk to. For functioning in the UI, this is the data it is expecting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we design and define all those things. And then once that is clear, say for example, Ashwini ji can take up one piece and implement that. Then,
I think Prabhuji's question is, they may not necessarily be comfortable or conversant with the, let's say, for example, React.js, okay? Because they will have to be able to deal with that.
Correct.
Right? So his question is, how do we handle it beyond the rapid prototyping?
Yeah.
So, especially, see, in your student mate, you are comfortable because Ashwini ji is also, maybe, let's say, he may be able to help you in some ways, maybe in terms of testing. But in the teacher mate is where, we will have this real issue. So, Prabhuji, what we can do is, that's why, once when let the teaching team come up with their prototyping, if they do it using, say, Bubble or whatever they do, right, we'll evaluate how they have done, because the teacher made, it is mostly collection of GPTs. So how well the GPTs can be stitched?
I don't see much
complexity.
Complexity come in this case.
Yeah, this is where Double G is there, and Ashwini ji, who is also fairly comfortable in dealing with code. So once when he comes up with the initial prototype, by that time Ashwini ji also will get exposed to what you're doing, how you're dealing with it.
Correct.
He can figure out how to work with it.
But whatever the code it generates, Double G will have to be able to.
There is a rapid prototyping team, which is explained and come out with whatever given. And there is a production team, which is now, who will work parallel to rapid prototyping or after rapid prototyping.
So, Guruji, prototyping is the least of the concern.
Okay, fine.
What will happen is that we would want to train them more and more into front-end way of thinking through this design process, so that they also become more accustomed on how to take work from bold, how to take work from
They will start working on code. They take that code and try to put it in wherever.
And here, Gayatri ji, it is not they, it is Ashwini ji to begin with. Let's not.
Ashwini and Neeta together, right?
Who are all working with Neeta. Okay, so this 3-member team is what will be dealing with this approach. Let Rajita ji and Anupama, let them not worry about this.
See, I tell you,
a mandate for you is to train Ashwini and Neeta.
Yes, Guruji.
To bring up them to speed to get production ready.
Correct. That's
right.
Yes.
Rapid prototyping is just a demonstration.
Yes, Guruji.
So basically, you want them to pick up.
Correct.
And both are good.
Yes.
Ashwini has a coding experience.
Correct.
And Neeta also has a coding experience. They have to get tuned to a front-end development.
Correct.
Is it correct?
Exactly.
Yeah, Uma.
Define the task that you have to.
Okay.
Exactly.
Prabhuji, sorry, I can't. You're talking to me, Vijayji?
Shravanji, Prabhuji was saying that Dhaval ji will work with Ashwini ji and Neeta ji to help them understand how to take this bolt.new or whatever the prototyping tool output and how to start using it in a production setup, whichever the IDE that he comes up with that they all would be using.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't understand what was Dhavalji's question. Is he asking to define the technology stack ahead, or
he's not talking about defining the technology stack? He was saying that the front-end development team has to get groomed into front-end way of design and development.
What is facing someone? Yes. Can you hear me, Sean? Can you hear me, Sean?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So Dhaval was telling two things. Can you hear? Number one, he has a team of Ashwini and Neeta.
Okay.
So they have some experience in rapid prototyping tool like Bolt or Bubble.
Okay.
So he says getting a rapid prototype is least of his problems.
Yes.
His problem is this team has to gear up for developing the front end using a process.
Correct.
It's a production version. Rapid prototyping is, he feels, will not be suitable for production directly.
Correct.
So he is using the opportunity of rapid prototyping to build the productionization skills with these two people.
Okay.
That's part number one. So part number two is a front end is there and the back end is there.
Yeah.
Back end is Shravan Kumar, Gayatri are working on the back end.
Correct.
Right? Now the front end team and back end team should work in synergy.
Correct.
Others it will go haywire.
Correct.
For that, he wants to introduce certain processes. Basically, in my opinion, it's a design documentation, which is formally discussed, and then they go ahead. Without a design document, we cannot do front-end and back-end design integration.
That's correct.
So that's his two concerns. First thing is ramping up the team for production work.
Okay.
And part is working with the front end and back end team to have integrated approach for the full stack.
Yes.
Are you clear?
Yeah. Understand. Yeah, I think, yeah, I agree with the front end back end coordination is required. But right now, once we have a prototype design, we will know what to discuss and what to negotiate and how to handle a little bit later.
Yeah.
If at the back end, if I can say, these are all the things I see as entities and the data that I have to store. Now, what you play with it, who will need what, that will be a little bit later, which will decide the structure of the backend and the front end interaction.
So basically what you're saying, it'll take time for you to come out with a proper design document. Is that summary?
That's correct.
Okay, clear.
It's
So
iterative. Once the front end is known, that these are all the entities that are there in the front end. These are all the things that will be required to
basically
do.
what you are saying
Something.
is front end will drive your back end entity also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Vijayji?
Yeah. So it is audible. Am I audible to you, Swamiji?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Yeah, it is bi-directional, Shravanji. See, right now, based on whatever the data story that Prabhuji has given to us, we should be able to identify. Generally, Dhavalji, there are only few things that front end drives as far as data is concerned. Data model drives the overall architecture, but some of the aspects we may be able to capture and we may be required to do only for the specific needs of the front end. So that's why whatever you are going to be starting from tomorrow doing, right? That work and then Dhavalji's work will definitely come together. So Shravanji, as far as database is concerned, we'll be using Postgres. So ER diagram you can create either using Postgres directly or you can use any other generation tools. Again, think in terms of Gen AI. Each one of us can really be very productive if we just learn how to use Gen AI. We don't have to go and sit and write every piece of code. Yeah.
Correct.
We just need to know how to prompt it, saying the broad structures. It will automatically give us the Postgres script.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, as we start discussing from tomorrow night, it'll start coming into the alignment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
He may not hear you. He may not be able to hear you.
okay. So, Shravanji, to add what Vijayji is saying, see this exercise of this front end back end collaboration that we are talking about is actually exactly supposed to do that. It's supposed to give clarity to both the disciplines about how the data interchange will happen.
Correct.
And what will be the shape of that data interchange? Because I am thinking things from my UI perspective. What are the things needed for UI to function? You will have more clarity about how is the actually data structured in the backend, actual backend. And when we discuss that interchange, we will both have clarities on our end. So that exercise is exactly supposed to bring out this clarity that what is it that you will need to do and what is it that I will need.
Perfectly agree. That is
Yeah.
what I was saying. That
Yeah.
once I see a front end point of view and then a back end point of view,
So
then I can figure out what are the holes either side.
Yeah. So what that entails is that we will definitely go into more details tomorrow. But we try to do two things. One is that wireframes we typically have, and second is that we try to define the shape of the data that is needed in the UI. So yeah, and through which service what data will be served. So, or through which endpoints what data will be served. Once that we clarify, I think you will have as good as an idea of how front end is going to function.
Okay.
Yeah, but once we do that exercise, you will have further clarity of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when will you start the discussion of design documentation of both end? When will you do that?
First,
Prototype after that.
and once that,
Yeah. So after prototype is done, they'll do. What will you do, Shravan, between now to prototype?
I will show all the data relationships and how who needs
Basically, database design.
yeah, basically database design.
Okay.
And also the what you call the functions available at the back end at a high level.
Correct. So you can start elaborating them.
Yeah. How they're implemented at the back end is later. First, what is the visibility of back end to the front end, and what is the need of the front end for the back end? This we will first sort out. Then we can look at specific things.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I wanted to check upfront, Dhavalji, is that you are going to use two things at the back end. If I'm using Google Classroom, you are going to use the Google API for accessing into database, plus the any of the PostgreSQL or whatever API. Also, you are going to have what you call in Gemini or some dialog box at the back end or in the front end. That's what you need to decide.
Gemini.
Gemini.
Gemini chatbot or the AI tutor. What portion will be at the working from back end and what portion will be working from the front end? You need to decide, because not everything may work from back end. The way I have read the Google Classroom thing.
In what context, Gemini? Like, are we talking about the chat?
No, Google Tutor actually appears on the front end, right? So the trigger is from the front end.
Yeah.
Now, whatever he gives, that will be let's say an interaction. The student now asks something. I want to know something. Right? The interaction of what he wants is given to a let's say a chatbot. Now the chatbot will trigger some query or some prompt to something, and the chatbot will also need data from the backend and the front end. Now the question that I was looking at is, can Google Classroom handle the chatbot? Which Prabhuji said it can. It is integrated with Gemini. I don't see much capability there. So we need to find out how to put that either in the front end or in the back end.
Yeah. So one thing is that my understanding,
or it may be a separate app by itself. That is
exactly. My understanding is that, see, Gemini is just an integration. Okay. When we say that it needs to integrate and interact with a backend, are you saying is that for course material?
Yeah, the question will be on the course material. The
Correct.
question will be on the assessment that he has already given. Based on the assessment that, so there are a lot of information required for the LLM to respond.
Yeah.
Some will come from your front end, some will come from back end.
Yeah, so I know I would like to clarify here. See, front end means front end does not store any data. Okay.
No. Whatever the student types in, that is from the front end only.
Shravanji, if I can clarify, see, very simple. As far as Google Classroom is concerned, if let's say a course is needed to be shown in the front end may use a Google Classroom API. If let's say whatever the data that we have stored in, let's say Postgres is needed, it will be exposed to front end through some kind of a Node.js or Python API.
Correct.
If at all, if at all we need any kind of a LLM integration, we will wrap that LLM around another backend service, and that will be exposed as an API to front end. Because to an LLM, we cannot simply directly call a LLM. We have to augment that with a lot of, let's say, our course content and related context, right?
Exactly.
So think of it like another service, Shravanji. So Google Classroom is a service for front end. Our database is another, around that there is an API, that's a service.
Okay, you are looking at that as a okay, backend service. Okay. So backend service will have three at the moment.
Yeah, fundamentally three services.
Database, Google Classroom, and tutor. LLM. Okay, understood.
Yeah. For now. However, there may be situations where we may have to have direct access to LLM from the front end. As we go further, we will figure it out. But for now,
see, we have a direct access to LLM from front end. What happens is that is just LLM rendered in front.
Not necessarily. We may have a SLM running directly in the browser. So that's what we'll have to figure it out.
We'll have to figure it out. Yeah.
That's down the line.
Yeah.
So for now, the broad guideline is 3 distinct services connected to the front end. So these details is what we can hashing out as they create the prototype, right, Shravanji?
Correct.
These questions will surface naturally.
Yeah.
But this is how I am currently envisaging. But as we go further, we will know.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
Okay, I have one question. In this team, there's no testing person.
Yeah.
This man, our Varun Shanai, wants to participate in JEDU activity.
Okay, as a volunteer,
he has 2 interests. One is to participate in JEDU activity.
Yeah.
Second thing is he is interested in learning AI also.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, is there something which you can accommodate, and can we add him to this group?
Okay, so some testing experience or
he has 15 years of testing experience.
Yeah, then it's good. We can do that.
He is in Amazon, but he has no exposure to AI. I mean,
not a problem.
No. He wants to learn AI also.
So what we can probably there are 2 things that we may have to clarify with the others, especially Shashidharji and Arjunji, in terms of the budget allocation and other things. So let's talk to Varunji. So first 6 months we will not pay anything. He has to join as volunteer. Then he can definitely make use of this setup, and he can do whatever the QA activities using many of the tools.
So we can add it to this group.
We can add it to this group.
Okay. Yeah. Fine, Shravan. So we'll try to bring in a QA person.
And will you be speaking to him
right now?
Okay, sure.
Right now.
Then so super. From tomorrow.
Maybe there's no tomorrow.
Then from now he can be part of it. And then apart from that, Nikhilji and Rupashri.
Nikhil, I have not talked. Rupashri, I have not talked.
Okay.
Right? Nikhil, I have not talked.
So we can wait for both of them, Prabhuji. Let's get Sriram and this.
You tell Rupashri.
Yeah.
It takes some time for us to come back.
Yeah.
Maybe a month.
Yeah.
A month. Because we are trying to work a prototype.
Yeah.
With that, we will come to some problems. Then we'll come back. Just give some.
So right now, anyway, we have these interns. The interns. Okay, perfect. We can figure out. Oh, there is enough of problems that we can give.
Yeah. So shall we close for the day?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah, let us do the prayer. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma
ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम शांति 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम हरि ओम प्रभुजी हरि ओम everybody good night
Hari Om Guruji.
good night
Hari Om Guruji, good night.